battlers, one of the early enemies. Yeah. So one of the ideas that we were floating around. Ha ha ha. All right, we're back into it. Sorry for my connection was being dumb. Hey, Keeps the Mighty, my real life friend.
Wow.
Hey, greetings, Lycia. I apologize that we need to meet under these unfortunate circumstances. It will be all fine as soon as you help me understand the situation here. In truth, standing in the middle of this frozen lake, Lycia, I keep saying Lycia. Lycia felt almost naked. She wanted nothing more than to run far away, yet the frenzy was true and powerful. What is the frenzy? Ooh.
So much frenzy.
So much frenzy.
I was playing a lot of Bloodborne, I think.
Yeah. Oh, right. I remember when you were a child. I was a mere officer back then. You were polite and always stayed out of trouble. You and your husband, Morgan, moved south after you had wed, and yet both you had returned. May I ask why? Morgan and I experienced some difficulties in our marriage. He moved back here to stay with his mother, who had passed away in recent years. Morgan grew ill, so I decided to help nurture him back to health. I plan on returning home once he is back to his usual self.
Usual self.
Usual self. I am Francis McDormand. Your difficulties with the postman is most unfortunate. May you tell me in person about what you wrote to me in the letter? The postman came to see my husband, yet my husband is ill and could not leave his room. The postman insisted on seeing him. It's funny how they all know like who the postman is. They all know this is what goes down. It's not like there's
only two postmen in the town. One with the skulls and the one who will actually deliver.
Have the letters. I noticed something terrible about this man. What did you notice, Lycia? Lord Blue says, I love the scene. The scene is like reverse Fargo because of the showdown on the ice pond and everything. He was no postman, for he only carried human skulls within his postbag. The man was dangerous and his face was deformed. What did you do to the postman, Lycia? Where is he? Lycia did not like the way the sheriff was glaring at her. She gripped her broken heirloom tightly. I protected myself and Morgan. That's all you need to know. Do you know anything about any killings around here? Is my husband safe here? I do not know anything, Lycia. Nothing at all. But here's a pond for you to fall in. What is the meaning of this, Sheriff? You should have stayed far away, Lycia. You were never any trouble. Are you implying that what I think you are implying? Is that hole supposed to be my grave? My watery grave? You left me no choice, Lycia. I promise it will be fast and painless. I must stay calm. I need time, a little time. May I have one last walk around the park? Because this is my homeland park, where I grew up. I don't see why not. I am confident you won't run. I assure you, I never miss my target. Running is not an option. The sheriff will dispatch me with ease. I must use my perception. It is my only chance of leaving this godforsaken park. Okay, so here I'll say, like, first up, another strength about this game I feel is just like its direction of like its writing and how it's so like tense. So I do like that part of it a lot. We have some comments. Hot Gamer Dead says, yeah, that's just the hungry skull eater postman. He's hilarious. We just ignore him. Ozzy says, I told you she was going to prison. Hot Gamer Dad says, the lake is not prison. And then Ozzy says, she won't run, but she will fight. Indeed she will. So
also, I'd like to apologize for the overly loud sound effects. Those were all my fault.
Bridge over troubled ice water. So here's a fun, like, I do like this setting. It's a really nice setting. Here's a park bench.
That bench is bigger than her whole body.
I feel a draft. Yeah, it is. She's a kid. I feel a draft nearby, and then when we hold down P, you can see a hole.
Yeah, hole.
Bam. Okay, now we'll go into this a little bit more later when we look at the trailer, but I can say that I was quite confrontational during the development of this game. I've grown a lot since, but like I was like, This is not good game design. You're not, when you press P and it just unlocks stuff, that's not good because you're not actually doing a puzzle. You're just revealing stuff by
Yeah,
pressing
it's not
P.
actually a puzzle.
You're
It's more
doing a
like just
puzzle. You're
charm.
doing perception.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess because people are usually like, hey, let's put Cash on a team because he can do puzzles. And I'm like, I'm not as good at puzzles as you think I am. Like, sometimes within a certain context, but like, that was one game. But anyway, with gameplay, yeah, I guess we struggled a bit with about that. But hey, what is this strange machine? And why is it under the lake? Perhaps something can go into this hole. Well, bam, pull the lever. Nothing happened. I forgot how to play this game.
You need some coal.
I
don't
do,
remember
that's
where
right.
It is.
Yeah, that's right. It's
On
in
the other
another hole.
side.
Ah! Wait.
Which,
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Obviously I didn't play test my own game. There we go. There's another hole. But we can't go through here.
yeah, you can do it. No, it's other side.
The other
No,
side?
you must go all the way around.
Why?
That's so
we're just
bad.
subtly we're just subtly adding length to our game, like some
What was
game
I
time.
thinking?
Yeah, we were thinking. I'll let you know what we were thinking. We were thinking crunch time. We need to get this done somehow. We need to just finish something at least.
Get ready.
It's a bullet.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was like gonna do the bullet 3, like shotgun bullet 3. I got excited. I love seeing those messages.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. There appears to be coal. Should I take it? Obtain some coal. I basically put a script in that would track all of that stuff. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't have, but hey. Lord Blue Rouge asks, who did the writing for like the in-between dialogue stuff, like the part where she says she can't run from the sheriff? It's really good. It toes the line between like being a tutorial, but only subtly hinting at what the player should do.
I think zDS.
Yeah, zDS wrote a lot of this.
I wrote most of it.
Yeah.
I think Super wrote the scene where you confront the mayor, but
Those are so bad. But yes.
They wrote it, and I basically had an existential crisis the whole time, so. And I was also Christian.
it'd be
I was
fix
very
the map
Christian. No,
here.
fix the map.
And he made the church map too.
The church map, indeed. It's water. What in the blue hell?
It's one weakness, water. No.
He's a fire Pokemon. The lake melted and the sheriff fell in. Now's the time to strike.
What in the blue hell?
What in the blue hell going on here? His face. It's ugly. Wow, that wasn't the sprite.
Looks like
It's a
Star Trek game.
La Plaga. I was gonna say La Plaga from Resident Evil 4.
If I attack the sheriff, I should be prepared for his true fury. Perhaps I should use perception and observe the battle before jumping into it. Now, let's fight. No, just kidding. Wait, perception. Stern look. The sheriff's dip in the lake has left him weaker. His speed and aim are hindered. But my broken heirloom will still do me no good against him. He regained balance. Is that my shotgun, you vile woman? Yeah. I pity you, Lacia, for you cannot accept your fate like a good civilian. Prepare yourself. I do not ever miss my target. I cannot run. I must fight. Ozzy is coming through with the, the digs saying you having an existential crisis seems about in character. Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you. Quick pull out a flashbang from Instakill. Yeah. Keep says it reminded me of Resident Evil as well. Cool. Alright, so perception. What do I do again? Tap your willpower to regain health each turn.
No, just attack him with a shotgun.
With a shotgun, yeah. They regain balance, and they attack. I take no damage. Oh yeah, there we go. Easy.
It takes you 3 turns to use it.
3 pistols found.
It's just 3 ammo.
The cold wind was strong and unsettling, yet I am burning with a sickness I did not know existed. The sheriff's body was destroyed by the impact of the shotgun. I could only stare at the second life I took. I I remembered my home with fondness over the years. I always thought life took a turn for the worse. Yet, the good memories of this cold, distant place may have been nothing more than an underdeveloped sense of perception. Before Morgan, I loved another. It was a harmless teenage love. Often I had looked back to those times, deeming them amongst my happiest. His name is Robert. I hear he and his family take care of the old church. If there's anyone I can trust in this godforsaken place, it's Robert. Esby says best character in the game incoming. Hot Gamer Dad says pistols, single-use like condoms or plastic bags. Leisha says, it is nice to see a familiar face, Robert. You haven't changed a bit. It's so lovely to see you again, Leisha. It's been ages. Why haven't you kept in touch? So much to catch up on. Sorry about that. I was not in the best of places. I did not want to burden you. You seem so happy with your family. Nonsense. We would have loved to have you over for dinner. Robert told me all sorts of stories about the crazy things you two did as kids.
Gloria.
Robert's wife, Gloria. She looks just like me. I wonder. We were the most boring couple of the whole village. What could he have possibly told you? No, seriously, it's great to have you here. I want you to stay for dinner. You can finally meet the little ones, Junior and Betty.
Little Junior.
Is your stream laggy, Ozzy? Hopefully that's not everyone. I'm usually not too laggy, but hey, maybe it is. Cute kids. Mine are all grown up. I wonder if I'll ever see them again. SB says Junior hype. You have lovely children. I would love to stay for dinner. Great. Do tell me, how is Morgan faring? I heard he was ill. Quite so. Lately I've been wondering if I caught whatever he has. Oh, the things I've seen, the things I've done. I need a friendly face to talk about it with. Little did they know this was a commentary on COVID-19. You can talk about anything with us. Robert and his family smiled wide. It sent a chill down like Leisha's spine, because Leisha is not used to feeling feelings. Do you know of what the blind prophet's book of truth, Leisha? I do recall that. I do not remember much details, but I do remember that the religion was dominant in this country. Dominant. Amongst a burning sea of human skulls, our one and true leader will emerge from the dust of the tainted. That is what the book teaches. Here's a fun fact. zDS based the character of Robert on me.
Not true.
Human skulls, what is going on? We are the tainted, Leisha. It is our duty to donate our tainted bones toward a better cause. You never understood this. Not now, not back then. I fear that is why you left. You claimed you had a keen sense of perception. No, what you had was a thick vial of delusion. See me for what I am? I am tainted, but I aim for a greater cause. You're disturbing me, Robert. What madness has gotten into you? ? Wait, no. What madness has gotten...
No question mark.
What madness has gotten into you? There we go. What madness has gotten into you?
I love how the random reveal of like, hey, Leisha, remember how we were in that like skull-focused, like weird cult as kids?
It actually...
I know it didn't come up in the game yet, but
it's actually quite...
It's a well-known fact.
The themes are a little bit more drummed in than I thought. Like I thought that it just came out of nowhere, but it's coming together a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. The vision of glory is crisp and clear, Leisha. Let's have dinner. I know exactly what to cook for you. Feast upon the truth, Leisha. Our dear postman was tainted, but he was a true warrior for our cause. Dine upon his finest dish. What are you telling me to eat? You cannot seriously be suggesting human skulls. You can use filthy words to describe the truth. It will not blind our clear vision. Take a walk, Leisha. Consider our offer. Have a nice warm meal with friends and family, or you can just simply leave. It's your choice. He can't seriously feed his kids human skulls. Is it lagging for you too, Orochi? No! Please no. Am I living a nightmare, or has this only been true? I am gripping the broken heirloom as tight as I can. The madness is spread too far within. Are you guys watching the Discord stream or the Twitch stream? ZDS and Super.
I'm watching the Discord.
I'm watching the one on Discord, yeah, because
Ah.
it's delayed. On the other one, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, because Zeriab and a random script is saying coming through clear and non-laggy for me. So I was just wondering if the fact that I was streaming it on Discord to you guys was making it laggy for the stream because of my internet. But Zeriab is saying it's completely fine. So it was just. Oh, the Discord stream, Lord Blue Rouge, is just between us four because that's how we're doing the call. And because Twitch is laggy, I need them to be commenting things in real time. This is lovely. This is a lovely map, and the music is so good too. I really like it. I might be able to use this ladder somewhere else. You did? Oh, nice. Perception. I do like the perception idea. It's quite nice. Ozzy says, sounds like Lucia needs to do some purging. Wait, I don't want to fight them yet.
Run.
Yeah. These people
Oh
are
my
so-called
God,
friends.
Betty
Are they
Lou.
human or monster? I should think about what I'm doing before I'm at the point of no return.
Yeah, you can safely look at them too.
Oh, you can examine them. Yeah.
Yeah, you can examine them and leave, and then nothing happens. The combat doesn't like.
I like
actually
that quite a
start.
bit actually.
Yeah, I love that.
The icon for a ladder was a human. Please don't say we don't have to fight the ladder. Zeriab is saying we don't have to fight the ladder. I think the ladder will help us. I wonder where. Walk away. You can walk away. You don't even have to put the ladder down.
Weird icon.
Okay, this idea is actually pretty cool. I do like it. The bolt cutter. Yeah. I can cut the chain with the
I'm
bolt
sorry
cutter.
for the ear piercing.
It could be
nightmare that's
disastrous
about
for
to happen.
Robert and his family. Yet there's something wrong about him and his church. Yeah, church evil. Once I do this, there's no turning back. I am submitting to my frenzy. Frenzy.
Your time of the month now.
That was superstroke. That was all superstroke right there. Hot Gamer Dad says, if Church is so good, where's Church 2? I don't know why they didn't make a sequel. Smoke is rising. I believe I started a fire. If I wish to see the truth, now is the time to strike. The fire. Okay, there's this theme in Amort where you like reveal people for who they really are, or something. Reveal reality underneath the veil, I guess, because all you have to do is burn them and they will show themselves. The fire is creeping towards the family. I gaze upon their faces. They do not have eyes to see, for they are monsters within. Ooh, and the default animations have red in them. Yeah. To think I once loved you, but even back when I knew, you never understood. Prepared to be harvested. This is as it must be. There is no turning back now. I must rely on my perception. Give a stern look, a stern talking to. He's angry. He will hit hard and quickly. I will need every skill and resources I have. Regain health each turn. Scold them to make them vulnerable. He's weakened.
Do the healing.
Do the healing now? Okay.
Yeah.
Hot Gamer Dad says, I think the 1-bit graphics really suit the horror. Leaves a lot to the imagination. I agree, but like, okay, here's the thing. Not everyone in our team loved the straight black and white. I think it was a bold choice, but hey, you can make it in any monochromatic color, and like esby created some fantastic graphics, like, and versions of the game that would like be amazing looking. But like, hey, I think it still works wonders, but it's a quote-unquote bold choice, Keep says.
I'm not gonna brag too much, but I'm pretty sure it was my idea when we hadn't done enough, and we were, I think, like 2 weeks away from the deadline out of the 2 months. And I was like, would it be faster if we did it like just in black and white?
It was your idea.
Yeah, and unlike the rest of the team, I just like the style of the black and white.
You should have saved the pistol. It's fine though.
Oh really? Oh okay.
The last one.
I'm pretty sure you missed a bunch of other items too, like
Did
a
I?
broom or a hammer.
Oh,
Maybe
crap.
you find them later. I feel like you should have had at least something else melee that you can use. at this point.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Zeriab asked, does 1-bit color make it faster to develop?
Yes, a lot.
Making the graphics.
Yeah. Lord Blue Rouge asks, black and white is also like those old horror movies. It does have that sort of like black and white horror kind of style. But we could have gone
Well, the old
monochromatic.
horror
but
movies have more color though. Still,
I am
it's more
standing
shades of
more
black
shades.
and white.
Yeah. There is
And
that.
also, we can get away with having large areas of white because it's like like New England or something during winter.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
snow.
But there is that one game. What's that game aboard the ship where you have to solve a mystery?
Obra
Oberdin, yeah, which is 1-bit, and it looks fantastic in my opinion. But hey, you can do it. But yeah,
That still used to stop the colors though. We used the harshest like white possible.
yeah, true. I am standing within a sea of fire. The family of my teenage lover blackened and distorted, much like what their hearts became. I do not know if I feel immense sadness or relief. I see nothing but corruption in this godforsaken town. Perhaps it is time to visit the mayor and get to the bottom of this, or maybe not. He may be the one responsible for this, yet he's old and weak. My wisdom tells me to take Morgan and walk far, far away from this mess. Yet as the fire raged around me, I calmly walked through the flames as if nothing happened at all. I am truly sick.
This part was super, I believe.
Leisha hates herself. This part what?
This scene.
Yeah, it was like basically zDS was ahead of me, and that's when we were crunching at the end, and he was doing the large area and most of the connections, and basically I had to pass behind him while playing it, basically fixing stuff, doing the battles, and I think the connections were already there when I got it.
Yeah. When their bones are picked clean, and the clean bones gone, amongst a burning sea of human skulls, our one and true leader will emerge from the dust of the tainted. Dead man, naked, they shall be one, and death shall have no dominion. He is the same man I once knew as a child. Was he always this way? It seems to be a little bit about like trauma and religion in the past. Like she was like part of the church and like she has trauma from that period, from this one dude, you know? The Book of Truth teaches many things, except who truly was the blind prophet. The dazzle of the lighthouse can hint to us, miserable tainted, his true nature. Perhaps that is your destination. And she just does nothing. That's actually kind of like pretty cool. I like that. Because it's like the trauma caused her not to be able to actually do something in that situation. So she's just like, you literally are like paralyzed in front of your like childhood trauma, pretty much. That's how I interpret it anyway.
It's good it ended up this way because I don't think it was intentional.
I hastily left the mayor's estate. The man was clearly mad, yet he was not hostile towards me. I do not know what to think of him. See, there's that trauma echoing through. I found myself making the long journey east towards the outskirts of this rotten county. My destination was the lighthouse. I do not trust the old man, yet something tells me I will find answers there. Thyra says Mort from Family Guy has his own game? Dang. Yeah, this is Mort. Where did the name Amort come from?
Esby.
Esby came up with it. Esby does come up with some cool names. I think Esby comes up with more names than games. Your foolish frenzy ends here, woman. The light of my lighthouse will never guide you, for you have to defeat me to obtain the key to the light. Esby says all games have to start with A. Agreed.
Yep.
Any game not starting with A is not really a game. It's just a walking simulator.
They're at a huge disadvantage. They're not on the first page, alphabetically.
Yeah, Fyrus says, a Super Mario Brothers. The man is a giant. There's no way I can battle this one. Yet I fear he underestimates me, 'cause I am cool. Perhaps I will give up then. Poke around all you want. There's nothing you can do. But we are cool. Look at
Some
that.
weird whiny
Sorry,
Englishman.
I did that too fast. Whoa. I think this part, if I remember correctly, there were bugs in this part that made it pretty scuffed. Fire says, a Ram Ranch. Lord Blue Rouge says, a Tetris. SB says, evil leader. Nothing happened. I wonder. What do you wonder? Let me know what you wonder. One division? There's a hammer? Yes, I will take it. This is what you talk about, Super. Hammer 3!
You should use P more often. It shows you were like items are.
Oh, that's
Not
right.
anymore because you got the crate, but
I'm not even using the function that I helped program. There's a broom in here. You know, there's nothing better than a game telling you exactly where everything is.
It would be a really annoying game without perception, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that I must say that it is baked directly into it. Like you, in some sections, like it'll be very difficult to complete the game without perception. You could like interact with all the walls, but really, Dynamite 8. See, those things, they're all me. I included the script, but I didn't refine it. And then we kind of just abandoned it and didn't want to come back to it at all, so... Hey.
Cash, you gotta put the dynamite on the parts of the wall.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, he could just save his dynamite and try to kill the giant. What happens then?
I don't think
I feel like we should try. It would be like the full giant. It wouldn't be like the half giant. So like I have no idea if he's
Should we?
beatable.
Okay, I'll save it
number.
beforehand, and then I'll try it out, and then we'll die, and then I'll come back to the save point. Because I actually realized I haven't done like bad ending. I haven't died yet, so. Keeb says like going through Souls 1, hitting every wall. Lol. Yeah, exactly. You could interact with every single wall. Keeb's is a real life friend of mine who I actually showed this game to. One of the first people I showed this game to. So. Very proud.
Hey.
Okay, so...
When you try the dynamite, now there's no dynamite left.
Yeah, you already placed all the
crap,
dynamites.
No, I have 4 though.
But you have another save from before.
Oh, I do? Oh, you mean try all 8 dynamite?
No, we can just do it when we finish the game. Like, we don't need to waste time on that.
Oh, I think I'll try it. We'll try it out. Let's try it out.
Alright.
Virus says 0 out of 10. Where's Lisa the Doleful? Fearless. I will try it soon. I will be on stream soon. In due time.
How do you have 35 minutes already? This game takes like 10 minutes.
There's a hammer. Where's the dynamite? Is at the top, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the very top.
Because that's streaming for you. Streaming usually takes like double as long to finish a game than if you weren't streaming. Because you have to say every word. Also, is it? I don't think it's 10 minutes. Is it 10 minutes? Maybe it is. I don't know. 8 pieces of dynamite. Okay.
Not
And now
long.
just go straight to the giant and don't place it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna place any. Yeah. And sorry, Virus, this might come as a massive shock to you, but I haven't played Lisa the Painful.
I never have either.
So I would love to play that first. Yeah. Before I play Lisa the Doleful or Hopeful or whatever full. I didn't even know what each one was. I am missing out, Hot Gamer Dad, you're correct. Keep says speedrun world record stream when? Yeah, I'll do an Amort speedrun sometime maybe. Who knows? So let's try and see whether we can defeat this. What do you guys reckon? Because you all know the game better than I do. Fire says downvoted, not based, blue pilled, exactly. I can barely look at him. His mere stature compels me to look away.
Well, it's been 4 years, so I have no idea.
Maybe open with a scold and then just smack him with dynamite.
Yeah, maybe. Should I do the healing thing?
No,
Yeah.
don't waste your time.
Sure.
What do you reckon? Yes or no?
We should have done it before, but sure, whatever. Let's do it.
Oh, is Lord Blue Rouge, are you saying zDS is quiet on stream? I'll turn him up. Sorry, I thought you could hear him. Try speaking, say testing, zDS?
Test.
I'll turn you up a little bit more. Say test again, poop? Yep, okay.
Poop.
Is this an off-fan game? That's what Virus is asking. No, right? No.
I've never played.
I only played off for the first time, and I'm actually playing the rest of it today. SB says, what's off? We aren't fully with RPG Maker nerds. Well, I've become an RPG Maker nerd this year. Should I do willpower, yes or no?
I don't think so, but zDS thinks so. I think you should see how much damage. I think you should see how much damage it does.
Just
first.
Straight up dynamite? Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to. Maybe it's like not possible. Oh yeah.
Okay, it's not
I don't think
possible.
willpower would have done nothing.
Um,
Yeah, okay, it is impossible. It is designed to be impossible.
that's cool. That's good. Oh, he doesn't speak much. Oh, okay. So
Game is mostly inspired off Fargo.
Virus is saying you don't deserve the RPG Maker mantle. Yeah, fair enough. I think this contraption is some form of jackhammer. Should I turn it on? Yeah.
It's very unwise to leave it there. Whoever did.
Yeah.
Along with dynamite. Like.
Yeah.
Looks
Leave
like
it.
someone was already planning to blow up.
Something
that
happened
lighthouse.
outside. The lighthouse fell. I must change my course of action now because I cannot use its light to guide me. Let's kill. Keeper of the lighthouse emerged. Right arm emerged and left arm emerged.
Yeah. Besides that, though, I like the perspective in this combat. It's interesting and it gives it a very like 3D feel, even more than the other ones.
Yeah, it's like an Assassin's Creed kind of white
Point
space.
of the mechanics, but we didn't have time to do it.
The bottom half of his
Yeah,
body was crushed. I would suspect he is
The
none
battle
too...
with little. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
I suspect he is none too pleased with me, but he remains emotionless, almost as if he was refusing to acknowledge me. So, what did you say? Posture check. Okay.
Oh, I'm.
Yep. Sorry.
I was saying the fight with Little Junior, the one with 4 people, the way they're positioned, like switching between the enemies, like when attacking them, feels like really cool. It would have been cool to have more fights with multiple enemies, I think.
Agreed.
Instead of
Agreed.
kind of just starting the combat and kill everyone, you know.
Fire says,
Makes you chuckle.
yo, that looks like the battle pass. Yeah, Alicia is very, sort of, a little bit sociopathic, but hey. The Keeper is certainly less mobile now than before. The links between his limbs are weakened. I should try taking out his arms first to avoid his imminent fury. Okay. I don't think I should scold his arms. But maybe I'll use an heirloom, a dynamite on his arm, I guess. Oh, wait. Oh, that does all of them?
Sword.
Sword. Okay, oops.
No, I did the sword animation. Do the dynamite.
Oh, right. I will feast on your skull alone. There will be none of your bones left for the tainted. I do dynamite 3 times? Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. At least one more time.
Although keeping dynamite for the guards later is kind of nice too.
True, yeah. Maybe I'll use, hammer? Oh, nah, I need to use dynamite again. 'Cause
Use your.
Let's keep one.
I'll keep one, yeah, I'll keep one for later. Because I don't need to use dynamite now. I'll just use a hammer on. Bonk! You're going to horny jail. Leisha was victorious. Fate
I just
took
put rocks there. Oh my god.
I found the key amongst the rubble of the lighthouse and the dismembered body parts of the giant. It was worthless now that the lighthouse's light would never shine again. I gazed upon the starry sky. Light shone towards my destination. There was no lighthouse, yet the sky was stained. So I headed for the border, the last ramparts before the wasteland. The
Canadian wasteland.
The fabled wasteland. There's this funny thing about like being able to walk around and do whatever you want in a particular portion. It's just quite funny to me. This is the border wall. The guards are silent, yet their swords are drawn. I do not think I would survive a battle against so many. I should find another way. Yeah, already saved. Perception. Hello, mates. Good job.
Eyeball sticking out.
Jolly good. I'm off now. Jolly good show, innit? Huh? That's a glitch. I wonder if there's a way to get rid of the flames. 'Cause screw fire, right? Oh, that's right. We need darkness. That's why. Leisha's smarter than me. Pull the lever. It grew damp and cold in the caverns. The fire is gone
This
out.
part of the game got really lazy.
I pressed P and then it went light again.
Yep. Yeah.
That's my bad. Sorry, folks. Okay. Sid, this part got really lazy?
Yeah, we stopped like putting effort into the puzzles.
What should I use? Just hammer here or what?
It's anything really.
The
You
hammer's
could have
kinda-
used like stern look first and whatnot.
Stern look. Yeah, scold. I should have scolded first. I didn't realize how strong it'd be, but hey. Bonk.
He's not that. Yeah, he's not that strong.
He looks
And then just
strong. Look
use
at
your
him.
heirloom. Is that a pipe in his mouth too?
I have no idea.
Le Blue says, no, perception. Why? Why you do this? Perception wouldn't betray us. They have not
Now
noticed
do a
me.
dynamite.
A dynamite. Oh wow, I think I might lose.
Wait, before you attack next, actually go between them.
Huh?
Like next time you aim at them, you'll see. Like yeah, like just kind of that. Like when that sort of motion, when there's like a lot of enemies, like it looks really really cool.
Oh
There's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a lot of combats with a
I'll show
lot
that
of
off.
enemies.
I'll show that off. Yeah. Okay. So like. Woo, woo, woo,
We don't
woo,
have
woo,
any.
woo, woo.
We don't have any good combats that show it off, unfortunately. Except when there's 4 people, but you don't want to do that combat.
Is he scolded? No, he's not. Give him a stern talking to.
Rest in peace, esby.
Rest in peace, Isby.
Rest in peace, Illy.
Illy, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
They got stern talk to,
Yeah, they got the stern talking to.
but he may not be named.
Yes. Foolish intruder. Do not step into my ritual or else I will devour you. I need to be careful about where I step. Okay, so there's so many bugs in this particular point that we had. Like with walking through here, I think. It wouldn't trigger or something happened. I can't remember. Am I right? Do I remember correctly? I don't know.
Well, Super and I kept breaking the game.
Yeah,
at
we
this
kept
point.
breaking
That's
that
right,
part.
okay.
We kept breaking that part and what comes next. Yes.
Yeah, let me see, because there was a way that I kind of said, okay, this is how you have to do it. You have to like work on a map. You have to say that you work on the map, and then you lock that so no one else can work on it. And then you paste in the map info with the map number file so that we can all work simultaneously. Otherwise, we work with different versions that we have to integrate them all at the end. So that's
It was
one.
the database that killed us, though.
Yeah, I think it worked mostly well because you don't really get like lots of people working in like simultaneously on maps at the same time, because like that can be awful for RPG Maker, and they really should do stuff to help that out, I think. But hey, no villain in this game has eyes, SB says, but this is the blind man. I need to be careful about where I step. Oh crap, no, don't end. Perception.
And you're dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
You got too close.
I forgot how to play this. I'm gonna get
Are you
owned.
fighting? You're gone for sure.
Yeah, well, I can't go away. I have to fight and then
You
die.
can't even do willpower because his
Yeah.
thing actually cancels your willpower.
Wait, was that tentacle being from earlier? Or no?
No, it's different.
Okay, it's different. Okay. Okay, so I have to somehow get those skulls. I forgot. Oh, that's right. I go to the pots. The man is blind. I do not know if this will work, but bathing in this water may distort his sense of smell.
That is so stupid.
You're so smelly. That's how he sees you.
He is
Now you're
so...
invisible.
I just needed a bath. She smells different, like she doesn't stink anymore. Because he could only... That smell, what have you done? Cleanse yourself? I cannot sense where you are. Perhaps you can come to me, then I will devour you. Oh, there we go. Alicia obtained
That icon's fantastic.
Alicia obtained a skull. A skull. I love collecting games.
I have honestly never noticed that AA skull until today.
Yeah, I don't know if I did either. Wait, can I defeat them now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Blind man emerged. Blind man is enemy. Give him a stern look. He can't see me, but he's still deadly nonetheless. I should find something to stun him. I think it's skulls, right?
Yeah.
Can I open with a broken
Use
heirloom?
those skulls against them. I would start with the
Skull.
intense gaze. Yes.
Skull. Hey, you attacked me. And then regain health?
Yeah, go for
No,
it.
no, is
Sorry.
See, he uses willpower vanquish. I love that though. That was zDS's idea.
Regains balance.
I honestly have no memory of it.
Ozzy says, are those the same amount of skulls as people you killed until now?
No. It's just random.
It'd be crazy if it was. Then we could.
I wish I thought of that. Honestly.
Yeah, it'll be great if this, if that has had a purpose. We're gonna go into the documents after this. Funnily enough, set the land on fire. Every weapon I obtained is gone. What did he do? The flames shall consume you. Become one with the cause. Help me see the truth. Grant the way for our leader. Lycia felt the fire creep upon her skin. She choked a scream. The only thing she could do is be devoured by the flame. Ah! Lycia stood with the family heirloom in hand, no longer broken. You are... I understand now. Prepare to die.
Yeah, despite you being blind, I am the blind prophet. Aha.
Yeah, that was the twist. That was the twist of...
You've never saw that coming.
Yeah. I think it was Piano TM's favorite twist. Lycia was victorious.
Fade to black.
SB says,
What a great...
SB says, I think we killed 9 up until this point. Before returning to Morgan, I decided to pay another visit to the mayor. Okay, full disclosure. I wasn't very happy with this ending. Ugh. But I was happy with everything else. I was probably more happy about the game overall than anyone else in the team.
Well, we literally had no time.
We did, yeah.
Like, it was deadline right now.
Oh, Super says, lol, disconnected. Oh, okay, we'll have Super back soon. The mayor laughed. And they disappeared. The mayor turned into dust. The skull turns into dust. The frenzy called ambition consumed me. This is when Lycia is viewing what's it called? Looking at the camera.
Oh my god, she is.
The frenzy called ambition consumed me. Your disgusting reign is over.
What a stupid ending.
I returned to Morgan's house with sword in hand. He did not seem to notice I was gone, still crying about the threat of the postman. I do like that part though. If only he would open his eyes and see what I accomplished. I like that detail. That's a nice detail. I finally wrote back to my children, telling them of my newfound responsibilities as leader of this godforsaken land. Ozzy says if after she said that she attacked the screen, it would have been cooler. Lord Blue Rouge says it's amazing how good it turned out. I thought it was like a really polished experience. Yeah, I like this game. I really do. Morgan has not gotten better and our relationship is still the same shambles it was yet. I wouldn't say all the things are polished because there's literal bugs in here, but
I love the hammer. The hammer too is like
yeah, things are beginning to change around here. Amort. Yeah, there we go. Concept game design, battle design, dialogue, superstroke. Concept game design, scripting and existential crisis and being Christian, CashmereCat. Concept graphics mapping, esby. Concept graphics, game design, battle design, mapping, music, and overachieving, zDS. So...
we should have put title designer too.
Title design, the end. Alright, that's Amort. Awesome. So now we are going to go into like a different mode, screen share. Oop. A different mode now. I bring up my what's the
Porn.
Yeah, bring up that.
All that porn.
Whoa, that's too big. All of that.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's also what she said. Where is the actual? Here it is.
Oh my god. I have not read this in 4 years.
So here is the
Yes.
initial here's game ideas. Wait, let me find this is like the Google Drive thing. Synopsis characters.
I'm so happy this still exists.
Was that my Twitter
RPG.
reply?
Yeah, I think so. Party size 1 to 3. Estimated runtime 1 to 2 hours. A middle-aged woman. Single hero party, or do we want more than one important player character? A single important hero with hirelings or summons or whatnot. We can have very few NPC, but each is pretty important.
That was a whole different game we thought of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is how...
It was a lot more RPG too.
Mm-hmm.
There was like some dungeon crawling.
Exactly. This is how different it was. I'm thinking a widowed mother or a strange mother who returns back to her home and you turn her from no experience into whatever you want. I was kind of making the motivation of her doing the stuff kind of vague. Maybe she's just doing it because the player is making her.
This game could have been so much better. I'm like, oh my god.
Superstroke says, we are considering making the game in some modernish times, 1850 to 1980. I'd prefer the time... Was it 1950? I'd prefer the time to be in the midst of the Industrial Revolution personally. That way we have guns, some electricity without having to worry about cars or phones or things like that.
This is actually colonial era. It's not the Industrial Revolution. I was a dumbass back then. I didn't know what I was talking about.
We all were.
Still don't, so.
I think main character's hometown, zDS says, state was always kind of terrible and she decides to fix things. Like she's there because of her estranged dying husband or whatever we finally decide on. CashmereCat. So we have this desolate town that she's returned to. She's returned to fix stuff and help transform her town to a state of glory. So she goes around fighting and vanquishing nearby evils to rid her town of dark influence. I don't want to resort... Here's me coming through with the contrary. I don't want to resort to the creeping black goo corrupting the land trope, but maybe we could have the town haunted by the spirit of gloom so that if she recovers sacred texts and ancient relics like a true Christian, then the spirit of heaviness will lift off them, and the theme could be that she's a love-hate relationship with her past and her connection to the land. Could explore culture and background and how it affects us. Just spitballing.
Oh, I wish we did the
Never
overworld.
mind. Never mind. Cash totally thought of it all before everybody else. There you go.
Overworld map like Super Mario Shovel Knight.
I wish we did that.
Instead it fades to black.
Yeah, Superstroke. Since it looks like a board, maybe add some simple board-like mechanics. We're crossing a link between two areas. There's a chance that it's displayed you might encounter an enemy. So it's going to be much more gamey. Instead of the counter rates, maybe more mechanics. Game starts in an area like Summoner's Tower and Gauntlet or the Nexus, Firelink and Demon or Dark Souls with the bosses that we can scale the project more easily around this area and make it longer or shorter as needed. Emphasis on shorter. For the sake of time, it would be nice to have an area with locked doors or whatnot, and the final boss you have to go through the game. So we're going to have like a hub area, right? I think.
Yes.
What are our monsters? I like to see wild forest stuff, maybe crooks, thugs, crazy hunters. That was pretty important. You saying that. It's like, okay, there's going to be wild people. Ozzy said I sent CashmereCat a cool link. What was the link? I'm not going to open that on stream. What are we thinking in terms of setting? I was thinking that a more modernish setting could work with the whole Widow thing. Maybe New England? That's esby. New England was esby's idea.
Yeah.
Zerochi says if the game was linear, it could have a little world map preview a la Ghouls and Ghosts or Castlevania. esby says $5 for Dark Souls reference. That's right, we had the Dark Souls jar, gazillion tabs, blah, 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 blah. Oh, come on, trust me, Ozzy says. I like personally, Superstroke says, I'm just wary making it too close to now. I'd prefer 1850 to blah, blah, blah. I just feel it's easier than to do realistic 1980 New England. Also, I've been in New England for the past 5 years. Is the below the kind of world style we're looking for? This kind of style. I don't know if we were looking at that kind of overworld.
Yes.
Yes. So that would have been kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
I want it unlinear too, just like you choose where you go.
Yeah, zDS was pretty intent on having the single character. Oh, big surprise. Because zDS's games will often have a single character.
To save time.
Yeah, maybe, but I find that harder. I don't know. Maybe there could be a dark room where you could get by toast text could maybe help with shortcuts or indicate traps and chests. So this is where we started coming with perception idea. I suggested a
Post-text.
yeah. I suggest a non-linear way of approaching dungeons and having it be up to the player to figure out what's too hard or what's doable. There's a lot. Let me try and pick out the ones that are interesting. Gameplay avoiding enemies. There's a chance of meeting a monster in paths. So we had this idea of a chance.
Soul Sunder.
It's the muck-ups. It's the muck-ups for combat. Hell
Yeah. I brought up there's an Iron Man game called Soul Sunder. I was like, evade most monsters if you can, survival, resource management. You see Zelda-like dungeons, enemies patrolling, but we never ended up doing that because this was very about static encounters. Superstroke brings up Umbral Soul because it had 5 stars. They like the idea. We could do it better. By showing the back of a hero, still respecting the default VX Ace combat perspective. This looks cool. This does look really cool. And more RPG Maker games should use it, I think. That'll be cool. I don't know where the scripts are and how to use it, but hey, that's a cool, like, script if we could find. Random idea, I don't know how hard it'd be to do, but it'd be cool. You did that, right, Superstroke? Did you? Or
What
did
do you
you?
mean I did that?
Or did you?
I most of my stuff was doing combat actually, because usually most of the text would be there in the maps, and then when I go behind, I'd basically do except for the final boss. zDS did all of that, I think.
Yeah. Zorochi says blank slates can become things like dolls and monsters, something else you technically don't expect to have personality, but a character has a reason to control or command. Ashes of Emerald says love Paper Mario and Stick of Truth. Hi Ashes, I didn't know you were here. Awesome. And Superstroke says random idea, I don't know how hard it'll be do quick time events like Paper Mario or Stick of Truth. That's very ambitious. We were being very ambitious. They have to press Z when doing attack, and you have to do it on timing. CashmereCat, I said, personally seems like a huge scope issue, but if there's a script that already does this, make our life a lot easier. Here's a script, Galv.
Underestimated Superstroke's ability to script.
Yeah, I think I did, but hey. Knights of Pen and Paper does the world map thing too. Here's some world map things. That would have been a cool... I actually like... Yeah, I like this idea of going left to right and having this, like, veil unlock. That's really cool. I'm considering we have some kind of overworld like this, and this was the idea for, like, the front view, whatever. Those... Yeah, that's cool. I think it'd be cool and fairly effort-free, but to show the back of the... Yeah, so that was cool. Superstroke brought in that idea of the battle from the back. Marek says, hello, Cash, I sent you the thing. People are sending me lots of things. Oh, Detective Waka. I might play that later. Marek. Okay, I'll trust Aussie. Check out this cool thing in the meantime. What have you... Is this a breaking of our friendship? Yeah.
Nice porn.
Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, I didn't trust... I was right not to trust him. Okay, so... House or walkthrough begins with cutscene of Lycia visits bedridden husband. Postman arrives. Talk to postman. He asks for husband. This is all very accurate. I think was this made after it was made? I don't know. Maybe this
that was made before.
Before. Actually, the player was.
I did the first 2 really thorough.
Yeah, actually, the player will start in a story scene with Sheriff on a lake of ice. You reveal the hole, your grave. You convince him for one last walk in the park. Perception, blah, blah, blah. This is all very accurate to what was actually finally. If you come out the lake but don't have the shoddy, you can damage, you simply regain his senses. So this is like side mission, you get the thing, you mount the lake, and if you rush into using the stern look will indicate speed. So this is how it was all kind of like mapped out. Very sentencey, but it's very nice, and it basically all ended up required. What happens? Did you come up with the structure or did I? Because this seems like a very cash way to kind of do it.
It seems confront sheriff and defeat them. You definitely wrote this.
Right. Yeah. So basically I think
But you might have organized it.
Yeah, okay, so I'll give myself that credit. One thing I've always sort of been good at, I think, is just organizing things, I guess. Like putting things in an organized fashion and making the different Trellos or whatever. Well, actually Trello was Superstroke's idea, but like at least that's one thing I did that was like good for this. But also I'm also I was probably more OCD back then than I was now. I'm a bit more chill now, so hey. I've grown. Ozzy
It's
says,
very clinical. The wife and kids burn alive. It's just one
Yeah.
step in the recipe, you know?
one sentence. Ozzy says, by the way, it's always interesting to look at these design documents. It's interesting how many ideas from the initial thing made it to the final game, which was apparently a totally different thing. So these design documents came a lot after the game ideas document, which was basically just us spitballing, and then we eventually came to these walkthroughs. Sees childhood friend, spills gasoline. Gasoline, yeah. Oh, gasoline, yeah. Find a way to drop chandelier. It's possible
We
could have
changed some of it, yeah.
it might be hard to pull off. The wife and kids
No,
burn
we
alive.
just dropped the chandelier. But I
But you,
think the ladder isn't in here at all. No.
yeah, it's not. I
So
think that came.
I think we, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We can have battle items work together too. Like have one enemy be more vulnerable to another. 3.5. That's a me thing. I would say
The terrible,
I
the
don't know.
terrible cutscene. Even that was planned.
Yeah,
We
4
did
lines.
not deviate from it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it set up the final scene, so it did its job. He tells you about the lighthouse light and says nothing more. Deal with some kind of giant monster. You have to climb up the lighthouse, fight smaller monsters or guards. We didn't actually. We didn't have smaller monsters. Grab weapon, redrop part of the lighthouse building on the giant. He'll be the keeper. His battle involved attacking multiple body parts of him. Yeah. So most of this actually ended up in the final thing. Border wall.
Like a rushed
walkthrough.
version of it.
Yeah, and the border wall, there's a bunch of guards. You probably go underground. The goal is to extinguish. And this is definitely me because I'm probably one of the only people who do this double bracket thing for like out of character text. I don't know. Zone 6. So I think I might have written some of these walkthroughs after they were created. Blind Chaser dude with the, or maybe I wrote these based on discussions we had in the Discord. That's right, because we had a lot of discussions in the Discord. I'm like, we need to write all this down, so I was like copy pasting everything. Mia's estate, you find truth and show it. Your skull of wine. The main character pours it out and throws the skull away. Perhaps the mayor dies, just turns into dust. Return to X's house, sword in hand, but his situation does not change. Neither does their relation. She's in charge of the village, unnamed as yet.
I like that the mayor just like drinking and laughing and just disappearing was actually planned. Apparently,
well, bam.
Wow.
And also, should I open this Amort 2 game design document?
Please don't.
You a brick.
I'd like to. I'd actually like to open the project because we totally had some of our earlier maps in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the very small dungeon crawly maps that were also in black and white.
Mm-hmm. I'll look at the Amort Trello first. This is our Trello. This is very useful. We did use this quite a lot, and it was actually very useful. So make health bar zoom with camera. We never got that done. Figure out scope for director's cut. List of fixes. Manually trigger broken heirloom. Common event after postman if the payer does like piano and doesn't break it. Scold twice. Health bar zoom with characters. Name switches with variables. When you press P. So this was just like stuff that we needed to fix for director's cut. Create game page and all this stuff. It's very cool. Infrastructure. Map zone 5. Yeah, so we used Trello and it was actually quite useful for like getting everything. Won't do. Set up Dropbox folder. Apparently the feature for free Dropbox accounts is being dropped. Develop board wall light mechanic. Battle log specific skill seals. I don't know what that means. Database simple items. Draw hero cast set.
I think esby and I mostly knew this.
Is that the main character?
Oh my god, what is that?
Who did that?
I think I drew that.
That was super. That's an early Amort. That's early Alicia. That's cool. I don't even know. I didn't even know that was
Why is she barefoot in Snowland? Super.
Because she's poor. I don't know.
Draw hero cassette. Draw Alicia battle graphic. So yeah, we did all this and that was good. Amort 2 Trello?
No, please don't.
Okay.
Just in case we want to do it for real.
Wait.
Okay, so Lord Blue was just saying, wait. There's no more.
It's not what you think.
Let's go RPG Maker.
Or
VX
it's everything you
Ace.
think. I don't know.
Okay, where do we want to go? Start from
Oh
the
no,
beginning.
looks like we cleaned up.
Did we
Uh-oh.
I
clean
think we
up?
cleaned up.
Damn it, we did.
Yeah, I guess we cleaned up. If we could find like the version that was on Google,
Do we-
maybe like a I'm not sure. I don't know if it's
Team Dream. Is that us?
yes, yes. I think it was yes.
What it's called?
Builds.
Okay.
Amort. Backup.
Mr. Cat.
SB's version of Amort. Should I download this or should I go?
Look at the number of map. That should be a good indicator of which one we're cleaned up.
System. Oh no. Where is it again? Data. Oh, this is 2 maps. Oh wait, how many? Wait, name. 6 maps. Nah, that's an early one. That's not even. Backup.
What we want, Nico.
zDS. Nope. Superstroke. Data. 11. That's still too few, right? Because we have a lot more than 11.
Possibly.
Team Dream. Builds. Amort. Current? Oh, what's MVP? Current? What? What? Amort? Data? 42.
Ooh, that has a lot more maps. I think that's the one.
Are we sure? Because sometimes some of these might have 40. This might have 42 in it. Nah, this might be the one. Okay, I'll download this real quick while we have a look at the old one at the same time. One sec. Download. Boom. It's preparing download. Hopefully it doesn't slow down. I don't think it'll slow down the stream. There's an
I
SB.
think we were versioning that shit.
Yeah, we were versioning it.
We had no organization.
So there's been a lot of speaking about Amort 2 in the chat. Lord Blue is like, wait, there's an Amort 2? And CashmereCat's like, Amort's woo, a twart, 2 mort, screw Trello, SB says. He said if Trello. I don't swear on stream, but you know, whatever. I don't mind, but I just don't. Amort, 2 mort, 3 mort. Lord Blue Rouge asks if there's an Amort 2 trailer. Amort 2 design doc forever leaked. Seriab says. Ashes says, really love the high contrast art direction. Ashes of Emerald made Faye. Really amazing game. Amort Forever, starring Shrek from Devil May Cry. SB says there's an SB version. Yeah, anyway. Ashes says, being a Canadian, I can vouch for that. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Wait, how far have I got for the download?
esby started updating it and like stopped.
Ah,
He made the game look much better.
yeah. Oh yeah, the SB's got some. What am I allowed to say about SB's version? Emote only chat. FM, I don't know if I have that working or not. I'm sorry. I'm not too sure if it works. Apologies. Download. Amort. Let's extract this. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I put some like default ones in and then I forgot to actually put the functionality for it. I apologize. Dies inside. Indeed. Wait, what am I doing? What? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm opening this one. So I'll close this one here. Open this one.
You can open it like glass. Oh my god.
Is this exactly the same? Or
Oh, I'm gonna be sad if it is.
yeah, it is.
But there's not. Is that like 40 maps, really?
I think maybe. So we deleted some. So it stayed as like map 42 or whatever. I will download one more version just in case. Amort backup.
You guys want a really early one, right? Like with the test stuff.
I
say go by date then.
I think that's what they wanted.
Try to find the Project 1 version again.
Yeah, it's basically the one that wasn't RTP, but the one that had like tons of really small maps. And like that was kind of like the dungeon thing. I think at this point we knew we weren't gonna do the world map.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't find it, but we'll do it some other time.
Yeah, whatever. We might. If I find it, I'll send screenshots.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay, so let's have a look at where's the house? So here's the house. Yeah. So basically, we kind of we work this through cutscene on. And how do we basically, it's not very, we don't have like name tags or anything. They're just new lines or whatever, and we just have things at the end. And we had that script in here, that kind of like, here's the scripts we use. We did use a lot of scripts. Well, not too, I mean, yeah, it depends on what. But like, what is it called? There's like, we used, I think it was Ace Core or message, yeah, this one, event window, message, to like make it so that it had like multiple lines, and we wanted to make sure the windows look kind of nice. Perception, so this is how we did perception. This is interesting. This is my thing, and because it's really scuffed, that's why it's my thing. So it's a parallel process calling a common event perception button page 1, and what it does is if it's pressed and the cutscene isn't on, so that's the cutscene switch there, 122. So I just must make sure that cutscene wasn't playing. And if you pressed perception using this fun little script where you could put like perception as the key, then you'd tint the screen, and then perceive would be on, which is a switch. And basically it's the other way around for if you come back to it, if it's released. So that's if not press, yeah. Or the cutscene starts, and basically this is perception page 3, which is perceive off, and then you just wait a massive amount of frames for some reason, I don't know. And then if you have something that's perceivable, what we do, we had this lighting system where you set it up, every time you come into the room, it will clear the light on top of it. Oh, see you, Aussie, bye. And then if you perceive, then it's a torch light on top of it, and you set it on the position, and you set the color and the flicker and whatever on top of it. Aussie's not sorry for the rickroll. Yeah, fair enough. And then this is like a sword copy when it's gone, then you just clear the light. So that's basically just how the perception was done. It was have a perceive switch, and whenever it's on, you just make it flicker. What else? What else should we look at? Is there anything interesting in here? Oh, here's the toast stuff, whatever. Morgan's mother's book collection. They have questionable quality. Yeah. And then outside the house, what can we look at? I guess change battle to Amort, and then you change the skills, you give them stuff, and yeah, I don't know. Is there anything we particularly can look at in this, that anyone would like to kind of? We were using Zeus lighting, Ozzy asks. Yeah, I think we were. What lighting were we using? Zeus lights and shadows. Yeah. So that was the light for perception and everything. And the reason why it didn't work when we're like under here is I think I had it when it's a cutscene, it won't light up or whatever, but like when someone changed the tint, it wasn't like reflected. I could have like added it to the common event here, being like, or the lights are off or something, and then you can like, it doesn't have to like tint when the lights are off or whatever. I don't know how that works. This is the first time you've seen the VXAce editor, Megalian? Wow. Here's perception test. Oh, so this is a little test map we made for perception. Yeah, so there's basically a little thing. Yeah, how about you, ZDS and Super? Is there anything we should look at in particular, or wait?
I'm not sure, honestly.
No, I would have
We
liked to
showed
look at those
everything.
old maps, but if we can't find them, then so be it.
Any questions from the chat? Megalian says, I started with RPG Maker 95, kind of never got into anything after 2K3, tried XP for a bit. Wait, what time is it? Is it almost time for my next thing? It might be.
It's.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I've got an hour left. So, but like after this, I'll just play another game or something when we finish. But so I've got an hour left. It's a little bit of a gap. I made sure that it was a gap there. What's this? Oh no, that's just a parallel process. Yeah. Any thoughts? Esby says, I have something we can look at. What is that? What would we like to look at?
His version.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him. He's gonna show you. He's gonna show you his.
After we finished the game, SB made the maps look a lot better, but he never finished it.
Oh.
No, get off flag. Ew, gross. Ah.
What is wrong about this?
Oh boy. That's my deep dark secret.
Deep dark secret. Okay. Marek says, I always love the 1-bit art props. Oh, we love your games, Marek. You're awesome. Megolian says, I just found out I missed Crypt of the Fungal Lord. Fantastic game. Yeah, I played through Crypt of the Fungal Lord. I just wanted to show Momika's game because Momika's underrated. Momika's like goals.
More like overlooked.
Overlooked, yeah.
Everyone thinks he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose what I mean by underrated is also like not enough people know about him. Like, I think RPGmaker.net know about him, but like I think he should. Sorry, I gendered him without knowing. I think they should like what's it called?
Poop.
Everybody worldwide should praise Momika. That's what I'm meaning. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's it. Any other thoughts by anybody else? I have like an hour left. Does anyone have any like requests of what they want me to play? Yeah.
I just managed to get to my Amort folder that was on my computer. It finally finished updating. I have like early screenshots. I don't know if I have anything particularly interesting.
Yeah. Let me see if there's any more stuff.
I have one where the windows look really weird.
Wait, there's some other things that I haven't opened yet. Visual puzzles, boulder push an enemy. Can't get up, but there's a hole in the wall. You can use the pickaxe to make the hole bigger. A vine that you need to notice. Pressing it poisons the enemy. Secret passageway. A toast says you feel a breeze to the left here. Arrows painted on a wall. In the next room, there'll be a crate that resets position each time you enter. So there's going to be a lot more puzzly, I suppose. Cache closing tabs, baby. Everyone hates my tabs. SB says, play Gato Roboto. Story and characters. I don't know. It seems fine. I think we've gone through sample text here. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's fine, right? I think that should be it for now, right? We can probably we'll probably finish it off here for this particular part of the stream. If we
I don't know if
up.
any of these are interesting at all.
Oh, let's have a look actually. Health. Oh, I like this. I like this little what's it called?
That was from working on the. What is this? I have one. I also have a screenshot, but it's not of me. It's of something esby was working on. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's happening there. It's just a terrible GIF, I think.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I was having trouble having the health bar like follow them.
True. So
no, my version also doesn't have the maps, I think.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm still trying to open it. Steam won't log me in, so.
So I'm going to. Should I play Detective Waka? Yeah. Karim.